Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Mani Maniac. As promised, I am right back to do a mani with these awesome colors. I am going to go ahead and use my Little Sparkle and some Unicorn Fierce because they're just awesome. We're going to go ahead and use gel today. So I'm going to show you how to, I've done this before on videos, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you how you do, you can put on dip powder with a gel. So this is the Sparkle & Co gel base and gel top. The gel top is a no wipe top coat and I love it. We're going to use the gel base to put the dip powder on. So I'm just going to give this a nice thin coat. You don't want to make this too thick because otherwise the nail gets out of control thick and it's like giant. Sometimes I do have to go back and kind of reshape my nails after I have applied my gel or dip or whatever it is that I'm using that day. And it's just, you know, something you have to do. But look at how pretty this is already. It's like a foil sparkle. It's like, it's insanely gorgeous. The great thing about using gel, I will say, is that it gives you more time to work with. So if you've not used dip liquids before, it's a resin system and that resin dries fastamundo. It is so quick drying, as I just messed up my nail. And I love using the gel because you have a minute to, you know, get it all situated and make sure it's not right on your cuticle and all that. The gel does tend to kind of run a little bit. So until you get that dip powder on there, it sometimes will start like moving, which is why I do go around and make sure that I've got all of the cuticle area here cleaned out. So I'm just going to go through and you can see here, just going to use my little pusher here, the other end of my pusher, to just make sure that none of those little round glitters that are in here are like touching my cuticle area. Because if it's touching your cuticle, it's going to lift and it won't wear as long and all that. So I just give these a little tap tap, make sure they're adhered. And if I push any out of the way or into the cuticle, I just go ahead and clear them off here. Try and get them as flat as I can because it'll bug me if they're not flat. So go ahead and do another one here so you can see again we've got gel base going on here. And again, I'm trying to keep this pretty thin and I'm getting right up close to the cuticle, but not on the cuticle. Super important, you guys. And then you just dip straight in. I like to lay my finger on top, as you can see. Some people actually dip it in. I find laying it on top, especially, I just guess I kind of got in the habit because especially when you're using like sparkles, like this Unicorn Fierce, you want to lay your finger in it because if you dip your finger in it, it pushes all weird, and especially if you're using the gel, because the gel can get moved around. So see, that's on there and it looks splendid. I love it. Look how pink this Unicorn Fierce is looking versus how blue it's looking in here. I love it. It's so cool. I bet if I put it next to a blue, it would pull more blue. But how cool is that? All right, so let's finish these up. And then other nice thing about using the gel instead of the resin is that I find that I don't mess up as much. And so that means that a lot of times I can get away with just one coat, which is super awesome because again, it tends to get kind of thick. And normally with the resin, anytime I use sparkles with the resin, I always put a dip of clear over top because the glitter sticks up and it feels kind of bumpy, and I hate that. It might not bother you, but it bothers me. So just making sure these sparkles are as flat as I can get them. So again, we're just going to put a thin coat as close to the cuticle without actually getting on the cuticle as I can. Come up here and see if that's a little better view there for you. Another thing I've started doing is I have one set of gel liquids now because I do use it with the dip quite often. I have one set for glitter and one set for like non-glittery, non-sparkly colors, because I do have some just flat regular colors, and you know, I don't want those to get mixed together because then there's glitter and everything, and it's just like worst nightmare, because you know how glitter is. It's like once it's there, it's going nowhere. All right, so you can see I'm not going to brush these yet. I want to cure them first. If I brush it, it's just going to push that gel out of the way. So I'm going to put it in my lamp, give that a 60-second cure. All right, so 60 seconds in there, that is set. So I'm going to go ahead and just give these a little dust and see it's not coming off. Clean that all up. All right, look at that. How pretty is that? That's just one coat, but I love it. All right, so now here's a little trick that I use because, like I said, these glitters, I can feel them if I just put a top coat on. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put another coat of base over top of just the like chunkier sparkles. This will just help fill in any of that excess space and give me a nice smooth finish once I put that top coat on. So it'll be nice and smooth and I will feel nothing. I don't know why it bugs me so bad. You know how that like sugared look is really in? Kind of looks like this, but you know, you just put glitter and it just is supposed to like sit there and you don't put a top coat on so it doesn't smooth it out. I can't. I love the look, but I can't do it. So that's going to go in for another 60-second cure, and then we're going to top coat them all and we'll be ready to roll. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close that up, open up our gel top. And again, like I mentioned, this gel top is a no wipe top coat. So that means once this cures, there is no sticky layer that needs to be wiped off. You are literally just gonna walk out the door and be done. It's so awesome. If you want, you can put another base coat over top of all of these if you really want to. If the sparkles are not flat enough, or if the nail didn't turn out smooth enough, even with the base coat, you can put another base coat on top. So 2 base coats and then put the top coat on. Again, the only thing is that the more coats you put on, the thicker the nail is going to feel. And the thicker it's going to look. So if you've shaped your nail like I have, these are hard gel extensions, although they're really pretty much overlays now because my nails have grown out so far. Like my nails are pretty much the same length as this is how long my nails are now because they've grown out with the hard gel. So, all right, so gel top, no wipe top coat, 60 seconds. There we go, all set, completely dry, ready to go. So thanks so much for joining me today on the Mani Maniac. And don't forget, if you do love these dip powders, the gel system, using the dip powders, check out Sparkle & Co. You can get a referral credit. Information on that is down in the show notes. Also, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming content. If you have any ideas for upcoming videos or something you'd like to see, please hit me up in the comments down below. I love to hear what you guys are into, what you want to check out. Be happy to shoot some of those videos for you. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on The Mani Maniac.